Hi, second graders. We're going to look more at the tricky spelling A. A is a tricky spelling because it can say two sounds. It can say a, it can also say a. And it becomes tricky because that letter A in a word is playing a tug of war game with each of its sounds, with the a sound and the a sound. And depending on where you divide your word, that's where you're going to figure out whether it says a or whether it says a. This is what I mean. Look at our two examples. We have the same word, but we've divided it in two different places. So when we look at what the cat is saying, we've divided right after the A. So that A is able to say its sound A. So if we sound out that word, we would have a, ray, dar, dar, radar. If we look at the way the dog divided it, that D comes after the A, so that A has to say a. So we have ad, rad, r, radar. So if we're looking at those two words, those two ways of sounding it out, which one sounds right? Radar or radar? If you said radar, you are correct. We would divide that word after the A, which allows the A's to say the A sound. Let's look at a couple other examples. Here we have two choices. Number one, the word is divided after the A, which allows the A to say A. So if we sounded out number one, we would have a, lay, b-l, bell, lay, bell, label. If we look at number two, we have that B that comes after the A, which makes that A say a. So number two, we would say lab, labo, labo. So if my sentence was, the box needs to have a blank on it, would it be one, the box needs to have a label on it, or would it be two, the box needs to have a label on it? If you said one, you're correct. And sometimes when we're reading, we have to do that. We don't know automatically sometimes whether it says a or a. And so sometimes we have to sound out that word both ways, divided after the A or divided after the consonant. In this case, we would say label. So we would go with number one. Let's try another. How about this word? If we divide the way they did in number one, after the A, we would have a, mull, camel. If we look at number two, where we divide after the M, we would have am, camel, camel. So if my sentence was, he was on a big blank in the desert, would we go with number one, he was on a big camel in the desert? Or number two, he was on a big camel in the desert? If you said number two, you're correct. For this word, we would divide after the M, making that A say a. How about this one? Don't forget in this word, after the G, I see an I, which is going to tell me that that G is going to say J. So in that first word, number one, would it be a, magic, magic, or two, magic, magic? If my sentence was, I liked the blank show, would we go with number one, magic, or number two, magic? I liked the magic show, or I liked the magic show. If you chose number two, you're correct, magic. Here's another one. She had a blank for lunch. Try that number one in the sentence. She had a blank for lunch. She had a salad, salad, or try it with number two. She had a salad, salad. Which one? Salad or salad? If you said salad, you're correct. Number 2. Here's that word we looked at the very beginning, that number 1 or number 2. The ship is on the blank map. The ship is on the, try number 1. The ship is on the radar map. Radar. Number 2. The ship is on the radar. Radar map. Number 1, of course, we already talked about, is the correct answer. How about this one? She loves to eat pancakes and blank. So number 1, give it a try. She loves to eat pancakes and bacon. Bacon. Or try it with number 2. She loves to eat pancakes and bacon. Is it bacon or bacon? If you said number 1, you're correct. So next time you come across a word that has that A in it and you're not sure whether it's going to say at or a, try it both ways and see which one sounds right. Happy reading.